Welcome back to our channel. I am
Max.
You are.
Mine.
And today we're having a
Q&A.
1 year later.
Been a year, yeah, apparently it's been a year since we did our last
Yes.
Q&A.
We were in Toronto, we're now in Sweden. A lot have happened in 1 year, and we're obviously going to answer as many questions as we can.
Okay, so the first question we do have is, how do you guys balance being parents, being married, not losing the spark, and everything else like house renovations? So as many of you know, if you watched our previous video, make sure you watch it after this video, we're doing house renovations.
And we're currently living in my sister's apartment temporarily. And it is a studio apartment, meaning less space. And Maya and I have always been very adamant about our vitamin consumption on a daily basis. We got the drawers, we got the cabinets stocked up with multiple jars with all kinds of vitamins.
Yes.
But Athletic Greens, who is the sponsor of this video, has been able to come into our kitchen and swap and replace all those jars with just one single packaging. We start all our mornings with 1 scoop of AG1 because we know it's an all-in-one greens powder designed to support your body's nutritional needs across 4 main components of health: gut health, immune support, energy, and recovery. And I can tell you, as a newborn parent, that energy part is crucial. It's what you need to get that extra push in the morning to rock the day as a dad and a mother.
Yes.
And I can tell you that I have felt a major shift and change for the better after drinking this juice on a daily basis. So I'm very grateful for that.
And my tip would be just to keep it on you. Put it like a package in your jacket, in your bag, so if you do forget to take your vitamins, which I do, you have them right there.
Yes. So good. It is a probiotic, prebiotic, vitamin, mineral, and a superfood complex.
Made from whole foods, which I am big on.
Yeah.
Athletic Greens is being super generous, and they are giving our community the immunity bundle, which is 1 year supply of vitamin D plus 5 travel packs for free on your first purchase. So the link is in the info box below.
Go check it out.
Now to really answer your question, beyond the sponsored integration, how do we keep our spark?
Well, I think the question included something that I think is it's a good point, because the house renovation was something when I felt that our relationship was getting very like parent. Yeah. When the renovation actually took place and started to become a thing, it sparked the whole relationship. It sparked conversation. It sparked dreams, passion.
So for me, I think I didn't have that much of a creative outlet, and with the house renovations, I'm able to get inspired again. Like, I find myself being so obsessed with Pinterest, and I'm actually getting out of my dwelling more, because before I was just home 24/7. Now I walk out, I go to town, and I'm looking for inspiration in the stores. Like, I can't tell you how many showrooms I've been to for kitchen inspiration.
Yeah.
So I think for me, getting out and getting even away from you, because I found us like butting heads a lot, and I was just in bed one day, I'm like, we need space.
Yeah, so we found a co-working space in the city, which hooked us up with a really good deal, allowing both me and Maya to be there at different times, but which works perfectly for us, because then one of us can just go and do work and focus on what needs to be done, and the other one could be with Saga. And I was scared of it very first, because I'm so used to being with Maya so much, and so but we needed to get away from it. And now it feels good because I can work. First of all, I'm way more productive than I ever am when I'm working at home, and then I feel joyful when I come back home and I get to embrace Maya and Saga, and I get to ask, how was your day, and generally like want to know about your day, which has been like a new spark that we haven't had, because none of us have had that.
Our relationship might be different than yours, which is like we're together 24/7. Like, literally, when we were in Mexico and Toronto, and it was like pandemic times, maybe a lot of you have in the same boat where you're with each other day and night, but just all those little butting of heads, I was like, no. We can't even address this problem, because now you're just nitpicking. Yeah. It's like, you did this, you did that. And I'm like, this is a byproduct of us being together too much. Yeah. So we just need space. So definitely the co-working space has given us time to appreciate the time we have each other, and appreciate the time to focus on what needs to be done.
Yeah. One thing that sparked relationship when you are a parent, I think, is the involvement of our common baby, that we get to see the development of our baby, that we get to share. We get to share the journey that she's going through, because we know we're the creators of this being, and I think that's something that's very romantic, even though we might not put so much time on each other.
Do you find it romantic? I wonder.
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
You do.
Of course.
Okay.
If I see Saga do something, you are the one that can relate to it most.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a photo send to my friend. They're just going to say, oh, that's so cute.
Like when she started eating for the first time, we were like introducing flavors. Yeah. And so I gave her some of your smoothie that you made, and then you took off for work. And you weren't there, so I got to share that moment with you.
And I was really because I'm now really getting that attached to Saga, when I'm I love her so much. Not that I didn't love her less in the beginning, but now it's I'm so obsessed with her, because she's now a little human being.
Let's see this next question. Did we answer it?
I think so.
Okay. I'd be curious to know whether you have any plans on moving back home to Canada, since you guys love it so much, going to the US, or if you prefer to raise Saga in Sweden.
Ooh, good question.
Good question. We're talking about it.
I think if I get to say what I would like for Saga and for our family is to have a base. So now in Sweden is where we're working on our base, and I think we need to finalize that base, that land, to make it our home. And then once that's done, I'm not saying that we're just going to abandon it, because I think that should be our base for the entire life. Mm-hmm. That will be our base whenever we come to Sweden. Mm-hmm. And I would love to have the same thing for Canada, the same thing for the US, something that makes us come back there.
I don't want a base in Canada. I love my family. I love my friends. But Canada, you do some messed up shit that I do not co-sign, so I'll come visit.
Oh wow, okay.
We're taking the gloves off. Mine's taking the... US maybe. But you actually like Mexico.
Mexico has a special place in my heart. It was the place that made me and Maya reunite during a pandemic. There's so many moments there.
It was a place that embraced us. Yeah. That we could be together.
Yeah, and I'm forever grateful for Mexico because of that. And therefore I have a completely different relationship with that destination particularly. Yeah. So I would love to have a summer home, or like a casa there, where we could spend because there's no other place I love more than Sweden during the summer. It's the best place on earth during the summer, hands down. But that summer is very short. Yeah. So it would be good to have an alternative the rest of that season.
Currently, we are talking and dreaming. So until we actually take steps, and the world is moving and changing at a very quick pace, and us being new parents, it's really hard to plan ahead. Mm-hmm. But I would say potentially, everything is a potential. I would like to raise Saga in Sweden, and I would like for her to be multilingual, but I would like for her to be here long enough that she picks up the language and the culture. How do you feel about that?
There is a Swedish school that is established in many countries. I can't name how many countries.
But they probably have a website.
They have a website, the Svenska skolan, and or the Swedish school. That is something that I would be looking into if we were to move to an other language speaking country. Yeah.
So any other country outside of Sweden.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think because I don't speak my mom's mother tongue, I'm adamant about her speaking her mother tongue is English.
What about English then? She has to be speaking English too.
I know she'll have issues if she doesn't know how to speak English. Yeah. Like, why didn't you teach me English, Mom? Yeah. Because I was too busy learning the Svenskas that you need to learn.
Next question. My question is for Maya. Have you been able to find your place in this new life? Friends, hobbies, etc. that are just yours?
The 4th trimester was by far the most challenging time in my life, and I would say in this motherhood journey, because I was away from friends and family. And so I'm so grateful for your family, first and foremost, but I still felt very much isolated. And I don't know what it would feel like. I'm sure it wouldn't feel the same if I was in Toronto. That's for sure. I probably might still feel similar in the US, but for sure, countryside Sweden, I went from extremes.
Yeah.
I went to extremes. And to answer your question about finding me, I think that's starting now because I'm out of the 4th trimester and Saga is a little bit more independent. Like right now, Saga is on the balcony sleeping.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do that in the 4th trimester. So, and because of that, I find little moments, I'm still trying to squeeze, but trying to find little moments where I can find me, which is the home renovations. Like honestly, it's such a big part for me because I feel like I don't have a creative outlet. Like I haven't been that much involved in social media and even here. So like that is my me moment where I can just be like, wow, I love these colors.
I can see that too.
I love this design.
I'm also impressed that Maya's able to get really good friends in Sweden.
Oh my God,
which is something like, I know it's big distance when it comes to Sweden because we're on the countryside, but we have friends. Maya has friends who I consider my friends too, who are willing to travel to us to just see Maya.
Nana,
Frida.
Anna, Frida, and Victoria. Like all these mothers, like frick, mothers I already knew were like the bomb, but now I'm just like, man, like the heart of a mother is so powerful. And I've been finding community and new communities, and I think that's been such a blessing. Will Saga be homeschooled?
This is a good question, and I think we have a different definition of homeschooling.
His original response was hell no. Mine was hell yes.
Why was hell no? Was because I view homeschooling as a curriculum that is taught your kid at home that is designed to fit in or to cope with society. And homeschooling for you was something that...
Homeschooling at the time was like antithesis to society norms. It's like free thinkers, think outside the box, learn what they don't teach you in school. But now I think where I see the beauty in our relationship is a balance. I think because we both went to school and school has valuable lessons like long division, multiplication, fractions,
language, Swedish, English.
Oh yeah, you learned multiple languages there.
Yeah.
And again, I think the big thing that I took away from school was how to interact socially. If school even is a social setting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with school these days. So I think there's value in the public school system as well as me being deliberate and teaching her while she's at home. And to me, that means being out in nature and traveling the world. That to me is what I think homeschool is. And being purposeful in what she's learning. Like reading to Saga, teaching her things that they won't teach her in school, and then her questioning me as well as the system and formulating her own thoughts and ideas.
And I think it is it's good that we are coming from different culture. It might be hard for her to understand why we view things in a certain way, but I think it also enrich her with a bigger range of like perspectives when it comes to school as well. So us being attentive and active at home with whatever we think is important for her to learn as skills, it will just be an asset for her to take part of. And I think that homeschooling for me would also be to gather together with friends in the community with their kids or not kids and learn something together, whether it's a skill, for instance, that they don't teach in school. Farming, yeah.
Planting, gardening.
And then what's so good about the Swedish, it's probably the same in Canada, is that when they get to a certain age where they learn the basics and the foundation, they have their own choice to choose the direction what they want to go into.
You want to go to
agriculture,
university.
arts, and
Yeah.
Are we going to teach her math at home?
No.
Are we going to travel with her?
Actually, no, I will. Yes, I will teach her math, but the math that I understand.
Yeah.
So like measuring, like right now we're doing our home renovations.
Yeah.
So we have a wall that's 4 meters long. What is 4 meters in like inches?
Yeah, oh, that's good. I look forward to take part of her learning as a support and like that too.
I would like, if they teach her like division or multiplication or all that stuff in school, I would like to teach her how that applies to the real world.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so it's just smart, like, okay, they're teaching you that. When are you going to use this, Saga? Okay, I'll let you know. When you're trying to make a blueprint for interior decorating or sewing a dress.
Okay, cool.
Something like that.
Love it. Love it. Next question.
Next question. Oh, what would you say are your biggest learning lessons from being married in a relationship? Couples often share the good stuff, but I think we learn a lot from hearing some of the challenges, which I will say we have been very candid about the challenges.
Yeah. One thing that changes the whole dynamic in a relationship when you have a child is that, I think personally, is that when you are different and you have your different views, different cultures, activities that you value, it's easy in a relationship when there's not a kid involved to just be like, accept your partner for who they are and respect that and allow them to do that in their own space without having to include yourself if that's something you don't want to take
like
part
say
of.
For example, I want to go to church and you don't.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can go, that's fine. I'm going to stay home. It's like, yeah, fine.
Exactly.
But now that there's Saga.
Yeah, when there's a child involved, all of a sudden we have to find a common ground.
Yeah.
Because we are raising her together.
Right.
So I think that, and when we are so different and we come from different cultures, for instance, like I'm so adamant about Saga being outdoors every day, regardless of what weather it is. I think it's really important that she's outside because that's how I was brought up and that's all culture in Scandinavia. And I can do that myself. Like if Maya were to be like, yeah, but you can be outside. I don't have to come with you. But now it's like, oh, you're taking Saga out. So now you have to like, we have to
figure out what works.
Yeah.
For us. And
it's a good practice actually for communication skills in a relationship because it teaches you how to find way more understanding of each other's culture.
Or sensitivity.
Sensitivity too.
Who do you think Saga takes after the most, and how many more kids do you think you'll want?
I know a lot of people are saying me because
physically
because of her skin, like we are very similar.
I gave birth to the lightest of.
It's such a prominent thing when you're seeing someone superficially. That's the first thing that I say. But I, as Saga's dad, see her mother a lot in their isms, her eyes, her curiosity. Because Maya has a lot of childlike characteristics in herself, and Saga, per default, is a child and is childlike, and so I see that a lot in her. She's got her feet for sure.
You think so?
They're huge! You see Maya's feet?
You have huge feet too, though.
Yeah, but they're wide, like freaking like penguin feet. You're huge, like long.
I don't know about that statement because I have long toes.
She's got your hands then.
I have long toes.
She's got your hands.
And long hands. And people think, until they meet me, they think I'm tall. And then they're like, oh, you're so short. Yeah, I think her energy, I can see me in her energy. I can't tell her eyes yet. Like, I think she has my shape eyes. And I don't even think she has your eye color. Because Saga has deep blue eyes. You have, like, really crystal clear blue eyes. You actually asked me a good question, which is, how does it feel to have a kid that doesn't look like you? Mm. Like, does it hurt your ego? And I'm like, yeah, it hurts my ego.
Yeah.
I'm a little hurt. It allowed me to put myself in my mom's position because my mom is Asian.
Everything is for a reason, my love.
Yeah, so my mom is super, like, Filipino, very fair skin, straight jet black hair when she was younger. And then she had me. And I was, like, so dark. And my hair was so kinky. And now it's like, oh, I know what it's like to be my mom because now I have a daughter who's so light. Things that I don't know because my skin is literally thick. So, I mean...
How many more of those do you want then? That's part of the question too.
How many... Speaking of...
You let us do almost a whole video.
A whole video.
Look, that's mommy. Look, the camera. You love the camera.
How many more V's? How many more?
I can't give you a number. I would. I'm so grateful and happy for this one. I know it's a...
You always wanted 3 though.
Yeah, but that was until I realized how grateful I was with just one child. And I'm not saying that I'm settled with one child. Of course, I'm open for everything that the future have for us. I am, but...
Answer the question.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I don't think like that anymore.
I don't want
I don't have a
another
social life.
child anytime soon.
No.
No.
This is a good last. I think this is gonna be the last question.
Yeah.
So, what is your future plan as a family? On the long term, I would like to have another home in a warmer location. So whenever the winter hits too hard here in Sweden, I want to be able to travel with the whole family there and settle too.
Yeah, I would like to do that while making our home an Airbnb stay, as well as having it like another, like being more engaging, like more social, getting back to the social grind.
Yeah, I think so.
Excuse me.
We have such a beautiful asset, which is being able to document our lifestyle. I want to continue doing that. I want to continue to document new nuances in our life, new parts of our life that reflect on where we're at in life.
Share more on social media, but like honestly, being a new parent, like I'm so focused on being present for her. A lot of times I can't be on my phone because she looks at my phone. I'm like, no, it's my phone, not yours. So I just throw my phone. I throw my phone away and then I'm like, okay, let's go back to you.
Next plan, new video, new stories to tell.
Yeah. If you have any other questions, let us know in the comments below, and this time we won't wait a year.
As always, guys, we're so grateful for the love that you give us, the
Yes,
support that
thank
you
you
give
so
us.
much.
We read your comments all the time, and we know what village we have behind us. So thank you for that.
Okay, and Saga, say bye.
Goodbye. Don't look so scared. Bye. Thank you so much.